Couple buys new property, discovers unusual guest house, and they end up listing it for sale. When Matt and Anna Jones bought a new house in Brick, New Jersey, they had no idea that the property would come with a guest house. But when they took a better look, they couldn't believe how it looked. They ended up selling it because too many people were asking about it. What made this guest house so special, and did the couple find the right owner? Let's check out this couple's one-of-a-kind story. Anyone that's been in the market to purchase a new house knows that you have to pay attention to every detail before deciding which house is the best choice. Well, Matt and Anna Jones weren't very thorough with the inspection. What Matt and Anna didn't know was that when they'd purchased their house, they actually got one more for free. It was a small ranch-style brick cottage, but what they found inside was even more incredible. You could say that the couple discovered a small house, but they had no idea how it looked on the inside. It could have had a lower floor and just be a regular house. They got the keys to the brick house and opened the door. You could say the couple discovered a small house. Everywhere they looked around, from tables to chairs, shower and fireplace, they were all small. It was as if the house had been built for children. However, some people from the town had another story about them. Some locals said that this tiny house belonged to little people that worked at a circus close to the city. Others said the house was still a home to a family of dwarves. Soon enough, Anna learned the truth about its origin. Anna learned the cottage had been built in the 1960s by the original owners. It was a playhouse for their grandchildren. While now, 60 years later, the interior is a bit creepy, we're sure kids would love to have their own playhouse. So what did the Jones do about this extra house? The couple decided to take care of the tiny house, and they decorated for the holidays like Halloween and Christmas. Eventually, the cottage became a New Jersey landmark, and it started drawing tourists. Anna was happy to welcome any tourist that stopped by their house to take a photo in front of the small doorway. But unfortunately, Hurricane Sandy left destruction behind, and this wasn't the only issue the owners had with the house. Anna and Matt ended up discovering that the cottage was vandalized, and as years passed, thieves passed by to steal some of the furniture and decorations. Anna recalls some of the unfortunate events. Unfortunately, people come and steal from it. We had all these little wooden flowers in the window, and during the summer when we had the little windows open, people would stick their hands right in, and I kept noticing flowers missing, said Anna in an interview with the media. It's unbelievable to hear that thieves even stole the front door of the house. This is why she decided to sell it. Anna and Matt are looking for an eccentric person that has nothing better to do with their money, and they want to buy the tiny house. Maybe after they sell it, the house will be better taken care of. Still, Anna was amused by all the rumors about their tiny house. There was one time when her son went to the dentist's office. My son was just at the dentist's office the other day up in Shrewsbury, and when he told the hygienist that he was from Brick, she said she had friends that just moved there and they lived in a neighborhood where there were midgets because they saw this little house, explained the homeowners. But there's more to this story. You see, people don't think it's my house because it's on its own lot, so they think it's a separate entity, explained Nana, knowing that this was one of the reasons the house was vandalized and broken into so many times. When asked whether it's better to keep the house for the children when they grow up and want to play, Anna said that this was the initial plan. However, there are always problems, most of them involving all the unwelcome guests. I didn't think it was safe for them because I never knew what was in there from the night before, explained Nana, recalling the many times police came after neighbors called about parties being held in that cottage without her even knowing about it. You'd think that a tiny house that looks tended to would make unwanted visitors more careful about the things around them and not breaking anything. However, this isn't the case. Anna said someone threw a Jack Daniels bottle through the front window. That cost $400 every time that gets broken and needs to be replaced. Most of the people that come have all good intentions. They want to take a picture and I don't have a problem with that, explained Anna. But the ones that steal or are destructive are the ones that ruin it for the ones that are honest. This is why the Joneses had enough and decided to sell the small cottage. I can't afford to keep it up, said Anna to reporters. When Sandy hit, this was all underwater. We had $78,000 of damage in our house. So here's your offer to that eccentric buyer. If you're rich and have nothing to do with your fortune, then buy this tiny house. I can't subdivide the lot, so if somebody wanted to buy this, they'd have to excavate it and pick it up and take it. So if some eccentric person has nothing better to do with their money. Besides the damages done to their house, the smaller house was also in a rough condition and hasn't been fixed. The lagoon that's across the street rose and filled it. The furniture, walls, and carpeted floors are now in a terrible shape. Still, the couple hasn't given up on the house completely. The family is still caring for the house as much as they can. Anna said, we've scaled down a lot. We used to do so much more, but they'd steal it. They'd just take it. It's sad because they don't respect our property. Anna didn't list the house with realtors, but she did post a sale on Facebook. Some people even contacted her to ask about it. So what's her price? Anna said she wasn't sure, but she decided to list it on an auction site. I listed it on one of the garage sale auction sites and set the starting bid at $10,000. But people have to understand that to excavate and move it isn't going to be cheap, said Anna, explaining that an expert has to learn how much those extra expenses will cost the future owner. If the cottage does sell, Anna said she won't miss it, especially since Hurricane Sandy had devastated the interior. I haven't been there in a while because Hurricane Sandy went in there for me, so it was filled with water. Now I don't go in there. Too many bugs. We have to admit we've never heard of such a house before. And while Anna won't exactly miss the house due to the many issues she has had, we think she's proud of being the owner of this strange New Jersey landmark.